Hello and welcome to episode 27 of our Timberborn Update 5 playthrough with the Iron Teeth faction here, cycle 39, day 16. Just started a 9-day bad tide cycle. And we took care of all the preparation, switchover and everything last time, so we don't really have too much to worry about at this exact moment. But there's still plenty we can get done today. We've got a lot of things to fix in our industrial district and up here in Badwater Creek. Going to try and get this mine up and running. It's very close, just needs some treated planks, which we are currently not producing. We have one treated plank left, so we can turn this guy back on and start making more of those treated planks. We should have pine resin, and we do. We have 2,500 of it. Yeah, I think we're good on that. And we got planks, so we just need Ironbot 420 over here to work his magic and make us another 60 or so of those treated planks, and then we're going to need to have those made in perpetuity so we can actually use the efficient mine, because it's going to require us to use the treated planks and the gears and dynamite to actually get more scrap metal out of the ground. So other things that we set into motion last time, take a look here. I put these stairs here so we could have access to these other scrap metal storages. This is going to be storing metal blocks. That will be the supply of metal blocks for export. And then these guys will be scrap metal. I'm going to set these to obtain. And we're going to have another scrap metal storage over here once we have everything else taken care of. For right now, this is the supply, just because this was already here. It's not going to stay like this. Don't worry. I know that's not ideal. We'll get that fixed up. But outside of that, we're going to put another smelter in here. We just have other things that I think are a little more important to use the metal at this exact point in time, like our Badwater discharges. And as a couple of you pointed out, they can't reach this one. So we are going to go ahead and put in a path so they can actually get over there. But this is deprioritized because getting this mine up and running is paramount. So I'm going to take this out of jail here on the super low priority setting and put this back to normal. We can get this up and running, because sooner or later we're going to start running out of scrap metal, and this is pretty much the only bit left that we can get to at the moment. We just ripped through a whole bunch of this, so now this is completely gone. This can actually disappear. Harvest those materials. We do have this other underground ruins over here, but I'm not really worried about us having too much of that. Now that we have 180 bots, we actually have some that aren't even employed. We have in our Badwater Creek district, we have 11 vacancies. And here in the main district, we have 8 bots that don't have jobs. So we've got to decide if we want to transfer those over here or if we want to try something else. And let's also not forget, we have 6, well, you can't see all 6 of them right here, right now. But we do have 6 infected bots, 6 infected beavers from our, shall we say, ill-fated attempt at preventing a flood by causing a flood. Now, people have been strangely critical of this hole being here. The reason this hole is here is so that the water doesn't come out over here, which would be substantially worse, because we have like berries here that can't die. Well, they can die, but we don't want them to. That's the whole reason this hole's here. It's supposed to be like this. If I replace this with a levee, then this would be completely pointless, and it would just flood all the time. Look, and when I say this would flood all the time, I mean it would flood down here. So that's exactly what the idea is, that this gets noticed that it's in the process of being flooded before it goes out. So in an effort to, actually do something about that, I'm just going to put a little tiny storage somewhere right about, I might actually just do it right underneath where this, they're not going to be able to build that. They might not be able to build that. Well, I will put it right here, because this will be pretty much immediately flooded as soon as there's bad water in here. So if they have this, this will show up as building is flooded, and then we can raise the alarm, hopefully, if we actually remember. Right now there is a considerable amount of bad water still in here, but we did deepen it, made it a little bit bigger, so in theory this can hold a pretty good amount before it starts flooding all the rest of our stuff. But an additional insurance policy for that we have a couple of options. This is already lowered all the way down, so we can't do anything about this, but people have suggested opening this floodgate in an emergency to just divert a bunch of this down here. Now that we have no real reason for biobeavers to be coming this way, we could actually just take the little crossover path here out. Not really necessary, and we could just have this be a quick and easy diversion. We can also come over here to our Badwater discharges, and we could just shut these. Like it's not that big of a deal. That will immediately stop some of the flow, and that would solve a lot of our problems. So yeah, we're doing okay. We just have to be a little bit more careful about how we operate things. Outside of that, there were a couple other suggestions people had in ways of improving things, and that was to unplant all of these trees and let them spread naturally. And I think that's a fantastic idea. So let's actually unplant them. They're not going to get cut down. So let's just unplant them. We'll let them grow, and if we have to cut something down, we will cut it down. But that also absolves our forester of any duty. So I'm just going to pause this. We're probably going to want to keep this here in case we want to plant something else, but we will pause that. That should be a-okay. This having logs right here isn't really a necessity, but I'm also kind of tempted to just not mess with it. Right now you can see it is not flooding through our little access hole of early warning detection, so we don't need to worry about anything. All we need to do now is make sure that when the bad tide is over, we raise this, lower this one, and etc., so on and so forth over here. Meanwhile, in this area, we've got not quite enough power, because we're normally used to having, well, actually, no, these are all putting out bad tide stuff. So I'm not really quite sure what the issue is, because it was generating quite a bit more. But we also have the ability to, you know, just finish construction on all these things, which we hadn't done because we were worried about building everything else. But we've got tons of logs, well, tons relatively speaking, and we got a lot of planks. So I'm actually going to have them finish construction on this water wheel, and we'll put in power shafts because we can easily get at this. And that will help keep all of our wind tunnels going. Look at these beavers, happy beavers floating somewhat haphazardly above the ground here. Let's check and see how we're looking on our... okay, still exactly the same with the treated planks. I guess I shouldn't really be surprised considering... Oh, 7%? No. That's not going to fly. We got to put in... some treated plank factories, wood workshops, whatever the game calls these things. So let's find a good place to put those. There isn't really any particular spot that stands out because of how I've had this set up. And especially because of how the power is being conducted around here. Not really a good place to stick any of this stuff. Unless I were able to get power to come up this way, which I cannot because of the height of the buildings. I would have to run something over the top of this bridge here, which presently, the way this is set up, is not possible. We would have to have like a bridge go up and then back down and have something come through here, which, you know, we can absolutely do. We just have to account for that being something that's happening here. So I think probably the best thing to do is just to put a couple of them right here, along with some of the other stuff we need to build. So that's going to be something we're going to have to keep an eye on, because we're going to need to build an alternative means of getting across. I think we probably should be fine long-term with having three of those woodwork shops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, let's see, we got one, we got two, we got three. Yeah, I'll put one here, and we'll just have this be a normal pass thing going through here. And we're going to have to also get this completely filled in. And this path on the back side here is going to go away. Well, not that it really needs to exist in the first place, right? Because this is no longer usable because of our giant staircase here. So they'll get all of that stuff out of the way. And eventually, We'll just be able to have this come along the backside right here. But that doesn't mean that we can't put anything else here in the future, because there are other buildings we could easily stick here if we so chose. So since this is already a thing that exists, we don't have terraforming, and I'm kind of tempted not to worry about it. So I'm just going to put these here just for the sake of having this access in case we decide we need or want it later. Yeah, we definitely need to get this across, because as soon as this is connected, I can take this bridge out of the way. Because we still want to be able to have the path here, I just need to have the power go underneath it. So as soon as this is in place, I guess we could just prioritize this, get this done a little bit faster, and get those guys going on that. Alright, we can go ahead and speed up, actually. Not really much of anything for me to get caught up in at this moment in time. Now, what are we waiting on? Logs? We have logs. We don't have a ton of logs, which is funny because we have so much wood. We really do need to have some additional... Yeah, we need to have some additional lumberjacks here. So I'm going to put one, since this doesn't seem to be something that can plant any trees either. Just put a couple of these guys right here, just so they can grab the rest of these. This area back here is inadequately serviced by all of these lumberjack guys. And we just have these two lumberjacks right here. Okay, this one is actually young enough I would be okay cutting it down. 93%. Remember, 93% is still like another couple days with a 30-day growth cycle. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead. I'll just get rid of this one tree. And we'll put one more of these lumberjacks here. And maybe might actually want to make this a path. I'm not sure. Well, for the time being, I can at least put another lumberjack here. And we're going to need to find a place somewhere to put log storage. And I'm not entirely sure where would be best for that. I think it probably should. I mean, we have some here. Oh, these aren't. Okay. No. That's probably our problem. We don't have these set as supply, and they're not prioritized by haulers. That's probably going to help us out a whole lot. That was kind of a dumb thing for me to not notice, but regardless, that's the way she goes. Now, let's get this finished up, and then we will go ahead and prioritize. And that should help us harvest a little bit more of our trees, because we really do have enough wood. We just aren't harvesting and replanting it quite fast enough. All right, so this is looking good. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And then the fun begins. So what this is going to have to be, this is a double, and then this will be the triple, of course. We'll put here, and then I guess we could just come back down for the sake of our personal sanity. I guess I could just have this be within the footprint of one of these other buildings. That should be fine. Nice and simple. Just get that taken care of like so. For the time being, I will just have them shift over one way this way so I can put those other things in place. And we'll be good to go. Once that's, well, once the power shaft at least is in place, then I will start putting in the wood workshops. Nope, didn't need to pause. Come on. So let's see, just as soon as they get that in there. Come on, put the power shaft in. There you go. All right, so that's all the way. Get all three of these, set these as bot-operated buildings. And our overall power output is still way more than we need, and we can always, turn off the number cruncher if we so desire. Not that we really need to be worrying about that now. Yeah, we should be able to get the treated planks all put in here, all finished by the end of the episode. Easy, no problem, get this operating. It's already unlocked for bots, and I'm going to bump that up to 10, because we need to make sure that we have enough bots to fully staff everything. That's going to be one of our fun time problems to solve. Although we do have 9 unemployed and 1 incapacitated. We are making bots. And 4 of these should be enough to sustain a bot population of about 200-ish. And we're about 183. Just all comes down to manufacturing all of the components in a timely manner, which is a process that's improving. It just, it just takes some time. I believe we will be in good shape, though. Now that we have the control towers, they can work a little bit faster. The grease is insufficient. We are going to have to put additional grease factories in place. I just need to be able to have full access in here. So since this is already just kind of fallen apart as a industrial area, we do need to get rid of the rest of this and transition this waterway into just a just a waterway. We probably could have some of our bot chargers powered by one of these water wheels, but it's just not going to be one of those things we can really get that into. But I'm going to go ahead, get rid of these, start cleaning up this space, because we are going to be blasting part of this cliff down so we can place other buildings behind here. And all of this, all of that can go away. Not going to need to have a water wheel here. We're not going to, well, we could just put a bunch of showers in. I know a couple of you out there are going to be real happy to see that one. I don't understand the fascination with the showers, but hey, whatever. It's fine. Everything else seems to be working pretty well, and these are up and running, making treated planks slowly. Come to think of it, where's the pine resin stored? We didn't plan for that one, I don't think. Oh no, it's right here. Okay, that's fine. So they can just come in here and go down somewhere over here and get. I'm not going to worry about it. It should be okay. And did our beavers heal already, or did they die? Okay, no, we have 6 healthy beavers in District 3. Where are yeah, look at you. You're age 39 and you're not doomed to a life of suffering in the decontamination pod. Man, these beavers are actually useful to society. So let's send those guys back, since now they don't have to be here anymore. And since there's no beavers actually contaminated, let's take our bot population back down to 1. We can always bring them back in if we need to. But we'll pause those, get our power back, and we'll just leave the 1 bot in there to make sure everything is supplied appropriately. All right, what are we waiting on here? Waiting on scrap metal to leave so we can put metal blocks here. So this... Oh, these aren't prioritized by haulers, but this should eventually get taken care of. Yeah, 256. Very nice. 259. Yeah, we're going to get there pretty quick. Pretty quick. Have we started spreading trees at all up here? Can't really expect them to do that so quickly because the outside range of trees has not finished growing yet. But I'm just so curious to see that happen. I think that would be quite fun. Now, this is still within an acceptable height range. We're looking fine. Who's not selected? Oh, that was the industrial pile that's flooded. Okay. So, interestingly enough, this has sucked most of the bad water out, and now this is just good water. But it's got a productivity of 100%, but it can't actually pump anything out because there's not really much bad water in here. It's just kind of there. So this will get emptied or dry out eventually, and then we'll just have to make sure stuff is not going terribly. Now, before we get too excited here, this being flooded, not necessarily a bad thing, but it is something we want to keep an eye on. Now, it is filling up slightly more than I think we would want, and a lot of the bad water is going off this side. So what we can try and do is we can close one of those and see if that helps at all, because normally this outflow is going to be coming out here, and this won't be quite as flooded. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing that there's flood water here, because this is currently not being used. But I would be remiss to ignore our options here for controlling bad water discharge. Just have to remember that that's something we have the ability to use. And a couple of you suggested that maybe we should have this channel dynamited out a little bit so that water could outflow from this reservoir around our island here and then join on this side. And, you know, that's not a bad idea. I just don't know that that's something we really need to be doing. If it gets high enough, it will naturally spill over this way anyway, just because of how the geography is working here. And it should, in theory, just automatically do this anyway if this ever gets tall enough. But this floodgate is not high enough to prevent water from coming out. So if we really wanted to do it that way, we could just put this up, and some of it might go over here. But long term, we really should raise this floodgate, which as long as this is bad water, we probably don't want to be doing. And I don't have a dome over a dome. What's this thing? Discharge, yeah. I don't have anything on top of this guy because he was too far away for me to be concerned about. So I don't know that it's something we really need to be worried about. I do think, though, if we got rid of this and we channeled all the water, the good water through it, it probably would avoid contamination just because, well, it's going to be pushing out through. It's like one of those positive pressure air locks or whatever you want to call those things. I don't know. But all that is looking good. We should be... Oh, good. It's already up and running. So they need explosives, they need gears, they need treated planks. So that's going to mean that we need to have a mechanism over here for storing those things, which is what I was originally going to place over here. And we can accomplish this taking this out. And I'm just going to put this on platforms because it just really is not necessary to build a whole bunch of other levees right now. And I'm going to put medium warehouse here and medium warehouse here. This can be for dynamite. We'll set that to obtain. This can be for gears. We'll set that to obtain. And then we'll need a storage for treated planks that can go somewhere else over here. But the idea is that eventually we'll have this thing completely enclosed with levees. And then we won't have to worry about anything else. But because of the way this is set up, I can't put anything underneath unless I was going to... actually, come to think of it, unless I just wanted to put some smaller piles for the treated planks. I had 4 of these at 30 apiece. That would be 120. It wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Also wouldn't be the best, but, you know, it would be an option. In fact, why don't we, since we have the opportunity to try something dumb like this, we might as well while we're in the area. Now, I do understand that this is currently flooded, but it's not going to always be flooded. So let's try to keep that in mind. As soon as these ruins are out of the way, and then I'm going to completely enclose the rest of this. But I need them to be able to access it. So if we have... All right, let me click. We have this set to treated planks. All of these. Now, I know it's flooded. It's not going to work. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just as a stopgap solution, having those is going to be very helpful. So there we go. Now, of course, this isn't going to be viable while it's still flooded. So we will go ahead and put in an industrial pile in the vicinity for our treated planks that we will we'll set to... I guess I actually can't set it to supply because there's not going to be any way for them to get stuff in here. Because there is this one in here. This one's going to be set for supply. But this one can be set to obtain. See, it'll work out. It'll all be fine. No need to worry about it. Alright, so we can leave that alone for a little while. Still not flooding, and this is now dry, so we don't have our warning anymore. But this is going to give us the unconnected building warning, unfortunately. But I also don't want any beavers going into this. And I guess I could have it set to store, I don't know, dirt or something. So we don't have that other warning on there. But this guy doesn't have power. This guy doesn't need to exist anymore, so that's problem solved right there. I do think having this right here Yeah, see, all of this... Oh, we're going to run into a problem here. Because I'm going to have this entire bit right here gone, which means these platforms need to be replaced with actual terrain. Or I guess I could put levees there. But we'll get there. We will get there. We can actually, now that we have a... Well, we don't even have to have the bots working in the terraforming either. We can just, build it. But it does take power, which means it has to be connected to something over here. So I was thinking, why don't we just go ahead and unlock this? Actually, another nice thing somebody pointed out in the comments, and I didn't really address when I talked about the update, is now you can preview the footprint of a building without unlocking it. You have to actually unlock it again, click the science to get it done. But now we can see, okay, well, where might I want to put this? Yeah, easy option right here is to just stick this maybe right about here. Yes, and then you go to place it and it says you want to unlock it. We say yes, and then it's good to go. So what we'll have to do is have our power come along this way. And then I'm going to leave that there so we can put another set of wheels. Then past that, we'll just keep going. And since this staircase is not really necessary anymore, hold on, how far out is this gonna... Oh, okay, that'll be okay if I just get rid of a little bit more. So I'm actually going to blow up all of this, and that should hopefully give us a little bit more room, and I can bring this side in a little bit. But we'll get the bots to put that stuff in. We'll light it off, and then we will get rid of the stairs. Actually, I can just go ahead and get rid of the stairs now. It doesn't really matter how many of them I get rid of, because it's not going to be stuff we need. Alright, so that's going to be much better looking for the future here. And then all we have to do to get power into this thing, because the way this is set up, I'm going to need this to be a high power shaft. Oh, actually, that can go down one. That will work out substantially better than I had originally planned. Because then, I can just have this go right here. No problems. Yeah, that'll work quite nicely there. All right, so that goes there. This goes here. All right, set that off. There we go. Look at that. Look at us go. We are cooking now. Oh, I can't build over that. What a yeah. what a pain. Well, I'll tell you what we can do. Suspension bridge. Problem solved. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. But now that will be properly powered once this is finished, which they shouldn't have any problem doing. And our Badwater bad tide is almost over. 0.4 days, so we'll need to make sure that we switch everything back over. Oh no, it's flooded. It's fine. We'll be okay. Everything is gonna be just fine. We do need to get these guys to mine the rest of this. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna pause the mine, because I want all of them to be able to actually scrap the ruins here, and we need to make sure that we have enough bots here. Yeah, I'm actually going to pause, since we have so much Badwater. I'm going to pause all but one of these, and I'm going to get some more of these guys over here to manually mine. And then once that's all done, then we can figure the rest of this out. Now, other things they're going to be building up here. Okay, bad tide's over. But yeah, okay, good. They're already making progress on the Badwater discharge here and, well, kind of here. That shouldn't be an issue. But now that the Badwater is done, it seems like it hasn't all gotten shoved out quite yet. Well, that's 0% contamination, so why is that still showing as having Badwater in it? That's interesting. Well, we'll go ahead and revert that. I don't know why that's still showing like that. This does say 0, right? Like, I'm not crazy. That says 0% contamination. All right, I guess it just has to gradually go... There it goes. Gradually go away. Now let's come back over here. Lower that. Raise that. And now, this is all going according to plan. In fact, I kind of want to just leave this closed so it doesn't flood. All right, flooded buildings 4 is actually these guys. All right, so there is now a flaw in my using this as a flooding detection plan because these are flooded. But it did get me to think about, maybe this shouldn't be flooded. Yeah, so this should not be a problem anymore. Let's just check and make sure. Power-wise, okay, it's not making as much power because I have one of these turned off, but that's fine. Now, I have this up at 3.0, so it's not going to start flowing out until this is quite full, and it probably will come out of here before it goes anywhere else. So really, this probably needs to be changed to a 3-high floodgate, but we're not quite there yet. We got some time. We'll get it figured out. But we are getting dirt, and it's biobeavers at that, getting us our dirt. Oh, I forgot it takes extract now. Oh no, okay, we have extract kind of nearby, so I guess that's okay. This does, however, need a storage for dirt, so let's give them one right here. Set that to supply, and then let's not forget we're going to put mud baths in. And I was going to try and figure out exactly where would make the most sense for that. Because the way these are set up, it kind of has to be... yeah, let's just unlock this. There we go. Because these transmit power through the back, so we're going to kind of have to have them set up like this. So if I did... Let's see, these are 5 wide, and there's... Okay, it's not going to work there, but... Yeah, let's unlock... Oh, they're not going to be able to get into that unless I put a thing in, but... Oh, look at this. We got 6... Excuse me. We got 6 of these right next to each other. Is that ugly? Absolutely. But does it also work? Yes. So that is, in fact, a-okay. So then what I think we'll do is actually this one right here can be stairs. And we can actually have this... We could have this connect like so... Or we could keep this elevated so we can run power under the stairs. You know, that's probably actually smarter. So let's just do that. In case we ever want to put anything else out this way. And this whole thing right here, eggplant rations, explosives, this really doesn't need to be here. This was a holdover from when we were doing a bunch of other stuff over here. But for the time being, I think this is probably fine to go ahead and just put right there, because we will be able to connect power-wise to one of these, and that'll be fine. Alright, so that's going to be a fun construction project for much later. It takes all those treated planks that we don't really have yet, but look at it done. No worries about that. And now that we have dirt, we can actually start filling in stuff. So like I said earlier, this can go away. Don't need this here. Yeah, this whole thing, I guess we have to unlock the terrain blocks. But yeah, there we go. Science points. Alright, and then we're going to need a terraforming station somewhere. I guess it doesn't really matter where it goes. Yes. Do I have... Oh, I have so many unemployed bots. How did I end up with so many unemployed bots? So I'm not used to having 38 of these things unemployed. Did I break something? I feel like that should be impossible. Huh. Okay, because this district has... Okay, yeah, we just need to transfer some more over. Let's go up to 30 in Badwater Creek. We'll try that out. Try that out for size, see what works. Because I know we got to staff all these things. So now I'll have 10 unemployed. Okay, yeah, because they were going to work in the mines. So maybe what we should be doing instead... yeah, I'll build another smelter here. or another 2 smelters. Probably won't be that big of a problem. No, I can't build another 2. I can only build another 1 unless I get rid of some of these chargers here. So we're probably not going to need 8 of these up top. We do have the 3 down here. In fact, I was going to be building more of these, but then I kind of forgot. So, yeah, let's just build some of these real quick. I'm not going to put any more than these other 2 in, because that's going to cause issues. But yeah, I can definitely unlock that for bots. The treated planks are going to take a little bit of time to make. 3 hours per plank, 3 planks per hour currently set up. Yeah, it's going to be a while. But once we get this terrain put in place, then we can actually get all of this well and truly blasted down like we want. But I will go ahead and start the process here. That does mean we're going to need to relocate this staircase, but as we remove all of the rest of this, I don't think that's going to be very much of a problem. So we can go ahead and get rid of all of this storage. We don't really need to be here. Most of it is empty after all. Yeah, scrap metal, that can all be stored somewhere else. Yeah, because all of this space right here should probably be beaver recreation. We can put rooftop terraces, we can put things that don't require power. There's all sorts of different things we can do here. But now I've got to be cognizant of our pathways between this area into the upstairs. I know we do have this, but this still isn't really that ideal. I would like to have a another pathway that doesn't involve going all the way around. But for right now, this is perfectly fine. We can just keep on doing this and make as much room as we can. So I'll do that little bit as well. This platform doesn't really need to be here, but I'm not going to worry about it. All right, let's examine the rest of our jobs here in the main district, because there's so many other ones we could automate. I'm pretty sure most of them already are. Outside of the pumps, I don't really have that much power over there. We should, and we can. But that's something we could take a look at. Dirt excavator, yeah. Oh, 4,000 science points? Maybe not. We might have to wait on that. Engines are turned off. Farmhouses, easy thing to automate. Get those beavers not working. Fluid dumps. Oh, that's a waste of a bot. That can be a beaver job still. Foresters probably would be a lot more effective as a bot, but I don't have a lot of power over there currently. Gather flags, same story. Gear workshops are all automated. They've been optimated. Automated grease factories are good. Hauling posts can. Oh, those were already turned off. Okay, so that's fine. Hydroponic gardens are going to be the next one to automate, and I will do that now. Yeah, that just makes sense. Lumber mills, lumberjack flags, again, don't have the power over there, but eventually would like to. Okay, well that should solve a lot of our problems. We're down to 6 unemployed. Okay, that works. Now, I do realize that I do need the dynamite for our mine over here, but we're not quite there yet. We're not quite there. We don't need to worry about it. And once most of this is done, we're not really going to need the dynamite anymore. Gasp! You didn't make this all the way. No, it's fine. So this is already overflowing slightly. By slightly, I mean a lot, but don't think it's that big of a deal. Now, if we really felt like it, we could make a little channel here, but I'm not inclined to worry about it. Yeah, they are still dutifully working on all of our ruins here, very slowly bringing those back. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's put our triples back in here. And these are perfectly set up to work just like that. And we're waiting on treated planks that we don't have because we are sending them all over here. No, we aren't. So what happened to the treated planks? Where did they go? Are they being consumed in other ways? Oh, that's right. We're building all of these things. Well, I am going to pause the construction on these three just so we can have these mud baths working, and then we can send the treated planks over to other stuff. Let's also not forget we have to build the final monument once we have the science to unlock it. And that's going to take power, and that's also probably going to need to go over in this area, and I have to decide a good place for that. We haven't quite gotten there yet. Hey, we have some trees spreading naturally. That's cool. We'll see what trees end up dominating. Obviously, they can only spread from adjacency to existing mature trees. So I imagine it's going to be mostly pines and birches like what we see now, because those spread a little bit faster. But it'll end up being fine. Okay, we got 9 unemployed bots because we haven't turned the mine on, because I want to make sure this is all done. We are actually getting pretty close to having the Badwater discharge over here completed. We just need the explosives. This one is obviously going to be a much longer process, and that's fine. All right, I'm going to pause the 2 at the end here so they don't have to walk as far. And that should give us, yep, that will put us in a net positive for power production versus demand. This could be prioritized by haulers. That's fine. This will bring us down enough here to start building, but not actually have access to anything. Because, yeah, for that I've got to blast this down, but I have to have the terrain blocks in place here. And these guys are waiting on the treated planks. Those are taking a little bit of a time here. Now, what's curious is the fact that we're only generating this much. So I guess long term, having this guy shut is not the move in a temperate season, because we did lose the power of having this water go through, since that's just discharging this way. And I'm not going to worry about shuffling it back through this side of the map or anything. I feel like at this point that's probably a little bit of a waste of time. This is all looking pretty good, all things considered. We probably should at some point build some more of these advanced breeding pods, but I'm not trying to do a population race just yet. Remember, most of our beavers are unemployed, and I like it that way. So that way they can relax and enjoy life, not have to worry about things. So all that being said, yeah, we're just waiting on the treated planks. Hey, look, 46. How'd we get there? Injury. We gotta solve our injuries. Tribute to ingenuity. I mean, everything is in some way actually looking really good here. We just got to get more campfires, more rooftop terraces. And the rooftop terraces are things that can go here. Campfires, we're going to have to be a little more creative about where we place those, because we do have the 8 here, but 8's not enough. Not for this many beavers. So I suspect we're going to have to do some more terraforming up here. And that's something we had discussed. We just have to do this a little bit more first. I can go ahead and get that done. And we can start building our grease factories here. Now, what do I have stored under here? Logs, log storage, and planks. Okay. Well, we can just do more of the same here. No worries about that. And I had, what was in this? Algae. Okay, well, I'm not going to be super worried about that. Log-wise, we have storage for 2880. In theory, that should probably be a little bit higher. What's the ingredients that go into grease? Canola oil and extract. Okay, so I can't put that underneath any of this because we don't have stackable tanks. So I suppose the smart thing to do is just pop these guys underneath like we have been. And then off to the side here. Okay, that goes... I can't see anything. It's too far. Does this have access on both levels to go through? It sure does. Okay. So what if... Because I'm probably not going to be building anything on top of this. What if I did a couple levels of storage, and then I could just put little tanks here for extract, and I got to pause this so I can hear myself think. Yeah, that should be fine. So small storage is here. What was on the bottom of this? Algae. The rest of these aren't really going to have anything going on. We have 1290 storage for algae. We got, oh, we don't have any, really? We don't have any storage for raw cassavas? That doesn't seem right. Huh. Well, that's kind of strange. Don't you think? Well, now I got to think about this. Because if I have, they have to come all the way down here to go downstairs. This wasn't, oh, I don't need to put these here. I can just... No. I can have a staircase. That is not going to be a problem. I can promise you that. We'll put stairs here, and then because yeah, this is going to have to be put in like so. Yeah, that's a much better idea. Much better idea. So now what happens here is this is accessible to the bottom, and we're going to want this to be accessible up top too, so that I can't stack these. They have to be 2 levels apart. But I can, yeah, we're going to lose a little bit of space, but I think this is the right thing to do here. I'm not even going to worry about anything being on the bottom there. We'll just say goodbye to that amount of space. But yeah, having the ability to go down here is probably smart. And then what we can do up here, because the way this is set up, I know we're going to want to have interconnectivity here. But let me click. There we go. If I am careful with how I have this set up, oh no, that's actually not going to be worth it. I could just have a single storage with a medium tank here, or I could do it here. Yeah, this really isn't set up correctly for that. That's unfortunate. Maybe I could have turned the stairs around. That might have made more sense. If I turn those around, I have this coming up. No, because then I'd have to have the path go. Yeah, it's because I have this gear thing right here. That's it's kind of cut things off, but we'll get it figured out. It's not going to be that big of a deal. This, I guess, we can just have log and plank storage. That'll be fine. Oh, I actually don't really have very much storage just for planks, do I? Well, that is what we will solve here. This is planks. This can also become planks. And then the top level ones can both be planks. All right, cool stuff. Well, I had an idea that maybe this would work, maybe it wouldn't. Not the end of the world. It just is what it is. So, the grease factories need both canola oil and extract. They can come up here to go down here to get canola oil. There's also extract right here. They could just go down, up, and around. I think this, if I'm going to put a fluid in it, probably should be... probably should be canola oil, honestly. Yeah, because then they could use it for the rest of everything. But that is what we will do. Is that under science? Yes. 47, nice. Yeah, we'll put the science in here. That's fine. Of course, those have to be marked for the bots. Yeah, because we just really needed a whole lot of grease. How is this still not done? 60 out of... Okay, 61 out of 200. Am I going to have to make another wood workshop when I really don't need one? I was hoping to try and avoid that, but... I guess it is what it is. How are we looking over here? Okay, so that's closed. Good. We wanted to try that. It's not making a lot of power, but we do know that works, and we are going to want to dry this out at some point, so... Yeah, we want that to get done. But for right now, I'm going to open this, just so we can make use of the power. But now that we can shut this off, it's going to make it much easier to get the rest of this done. And there's really not that much in the Manor of Ruins left here, so that's looking good as well. Taking a look at my notes, most of the stuff we've already covered. It's just a slow process. Slow process. So this is all looking pretty okay. Is this all the way down? Yeah, we might have to... Please don't crash. Thank you for not crashing. Might have to lower this a little bit. I don't have a I don't have a path down here, but if we dynamited this out, we might get a little bit more flow through this area. Although it is overtopping this right now, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. So that's fine. Are we looking here? We've got some trees spreading, fully grown. Almost. So that's looking pretty good. We do have beavers enjoying mud baths, which is always good to see. Yeah, we're just going to have a little bit of a better plan to attack this. It's unfortunate that the treated planks are taking as long as they are, but I am going to prioritize this. Try to get this done before the episode is over, because we have a little bit of time left. So it sure would be nice to have this all connected, but... Oh, these need treated planks too. How could I forget? Alright, so it appears I made an error in judgment here in the treated plank need, so I'll tell you what we'll do. The stairs... Okay, the doorway's on the right side, so we'll just... Yeah, we'll just build a couple more of these. It's not that big of a deal. We'll just have the passage come through on this side instead. That's fine. We'll make it work, because that's what we do. Which means this has to go back this way. Yeah, and I'm going to just get rid of the path so I can actually queue these buildings up too. Having 5 of these, honestly, probably isn't a bad idea. It's just... I didn't think I would need them, so I didn't plan to build them. You know how it goes. Alright, so that's looking good. We are harvesting trees a lot more efficiently, which is nice. We don't have a ton of wood, but we have been using a lot of it. Let's not forget. We can't reach this. Ooh, I forgot. Okay, well, that problem is easily solved. We just put a little suspension bridge here. They'll get that taken care of pretty quickly. But I don't want to turn this on right now because it's going to use logs that I probably shouldn't be using. I still don't think our wood supply is a problem. I think it... if we have trees that are not cut down, that are fully grown, then that just means we're not harvesting enough. And if you're not harvesting enough, you can't get the new stuff growing as fast as you'd want, and then that just makes it more slow. But overall, I think we're looking pretty good. We just need to be able to have all the stuff put in effectively here. And now that these are prioritized by haulers, they're not even full because they're just sending them elsewhere. But I think since we have so many unemployed beavers, I'll put another one of these guys right here. We'll put this path coming in like that. And then, see, I need more up here. And I don't have it. 41%. Any of these close enough for me to just wait on? I don't think. Do not think that's going to be the case, unfortunately. What's this one? 79%. Did I already look at that? I probably did. Oh, right here. Right here. Perfect place for one. Very good. I'm glad that opened up. That should help this corner a little bit. Alright, how's construction looking over here? 116? Okay, good. We're making progress. We might actually have this completed before the end of the episode here. Especially now that we have 5. 5. Count them. 5 wood workshops. That is... I don't think I've ever built this many wood workshops. It just has never felt like a building that you actually needed to have 5 of. So that's fine, I guess. How are we looking on canola? Okay, well now we have enough haulers. We really probably should have all of these. Yes, lovely sounds. Should have all of these prioritized by haulers easily. Easily. You know, we're going to have like tons of them. And all of these builder's huts we really don't need. So I'll tell you what. Let's... oh, I don't have a lot of power over here. That's right. I guess that's really not that big of a deal because we do have power in different places. It's just not really spread out so much. But I'm going to... there we go. Yeah, we still have some extras. Just try to even things out a little bit here. 6 unemployed. This district should have 9 unemployed, and it does. Oh, did they get all of it? Nice. All right. So now the efficient mine is open. And now they can just grab all the garbage. Look at us go, man. we're getting stuff done. We are getting stuff done, and now I think I should be okay to not lose all of my other bits and pieces. All right. Okay. Very nice. Now we just have a bunch of junk to collect. How are we looking here? Okay, waiting on metal blocks and explosives, but that can be shut off. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is just start bringing this out. Guess I could unpause all of these. We can get this whole thing constructed. And then I am going to leave some additional space back here so we can put piles in place, because I know it's not really set up in the best way for this. But we'll make it work, because that's what we do. That is what we do. I just have... I don't think I'm going to need much in the way of pile space. In the way of pile space, I have no idea what I actually said. But that, if I have two side by side, should work. Yeah, and then we can just bring this around to this way. No problems. It's going to take them a while to get that built though, so that's okay. Now, how close are we on our terraforming? 188, 189, 190. Very nice. So we should see dirt come in here soon. I don't have dirt storage over here, which we probably should go ahead and fix. So I know this is just a disaster over here. What was this even? Extract supply. Okay, well, we can leave that there. I did not do a great job of having this set up. So what I'm going to do... See, we really don't need all these builders' huts. That's just so many builders. I will just get rid of one of those because I can. No further questions. Dirt. Set to obtain so they can all work there. But now they are going to work. They're going to go get some dirt. Which I guess I can't prioritize this by haulers until there's actually haulers to prioritize by because the building is constructed. But it doesn't seem to matter for these guys. They are popping these in here. And we should have this pretty much ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get the dynamite in place. Get it in place. This can be gone. Yeah. Yeah, because this is all going to be disappeared. All going to be disappeared eventually. There's those boom whackers again. Okay, yeah, they're waiting on treated planks there. Definitely want to have the grease factories finished first before we turn the construction of these guys back on. But well-being is looking really good. I believe the highest is 60 in vanilla, and we're at 47, and we haven't even built the tribute to ingenuity yet. That's going to be a next time thing for sure, but we will get there maybe next time. If anybody has any ideas about where you would like to see the tribute to ingenuity go, please do leave a comment and let me know. You can also just leave a comment for any other reason. I do like talking to you, even if it's people complaining. No, I like the interaction. It's nice. It is good to be able to converse with people who are passionate about a game. So I do always appreciate that. I do read every comment. I can't always get back to everybody who responds in a comment, or I can't always implement everything people have suggestions for, but I do genuinely read all of them. I make notes. I make sure that I try to at least address everything that comes across. It's not always possible to, but I do make a good effort for that. So just want to thank you guys for being an awesome community. It really, really is a whole bunch of fun, and I really do cherish being able to do this each and every day with you. So again, thanks for being here, and also thanks to the Beard Boosters for their fantastic contributions as well. You can see their names on screen, and they have all sorts of fun stuff coming their way. But I digress. We'll get to all that a little bit later. But we'll go ahead and get you guys out of here today. We are well on our way to getting this district even more beautifully, geometrically aligned and fixed and everything and what have you. But we got a lot of good stuff done today. So we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. See you later. Bye-bye.